Hello, everybody. How are you out there? It is Kelly, your solar system ambassador, and I am back for another Cosmic Monday quick chat. I hope you're doing well out there. Today, NASA did another press conference just updating the public about how the Artemis I mission is going so far with the Orion spacecraft. So I watched the press conference and I took a few notes. So I just wanted to share some of that information with you. It's going really, really well. So NASA's pretty, I would say happy, but probably more ecstatic that everything is going according to plan. So again, hi, I'm Kelly. I'm a solar system ambassador with NASA and the Jet Propulsion Laboratory here in Pasadena, California. And it's my joy as a science enthusiast to bring the missions and science of NASA to the public in a fun and understandable way. So as I said, we're going to talk really fast on this Cosmic Monday quick chat regarding the Artemis I mission and how things are going. So let's go to those slides right now. This is one of the recent photographs taken from the Orion spacecraft itself. And we are halfway through the mission. This is day 13 today. And the Orion spacecraft set a new record for having traveled the furthest of any other human-rated spacecraft. And the total distance that it has reached at this point is 268,563 miles away from Earth. That's pretty far. What a beautiful photo of both the moon and the Earth there from one of the cameras on one of the solar array panels. And as I said, NASA is considering this mission to be going so well that because they are on target with all of their objectives that they want to do for this test mission, that they have decided to add 7 more test objectives to gather even more data and information on some of the systems, such as the thermal protection system and the propulsion systems. They were supposed to do a big course correction burn today, but they didn't need it because the spacecraft is just performing well above what their expectations have been. There have been some tiny minor glitches, but that is to be expected. Again, this is a test mission, but everything is A-OK. Now, the U.S. Navy here in San Diego, they have already started operations in preparation to recover the spacecraft after it splashes down on December 11th. And I'm waiting for NASA to say whether or not those in San Diego will be able to see the reentry, at least the parachute deployment. And if they say that it's going to be visible from people standing on land, then I very possibly will be going down to see if I can witness the parachute deployment and splashdown of the spacecraft. I think they said it's about 60 miles off the coast, so we won't be able to see the actual splashdown, but you never know. We might be able to see the parachute deployment, which would be pretty cool to see in person. Now, another thing that I wanted to share with you from NASA, it's happening this week. We have another launch coming up on Wednesday, November 30th, which is pretty much going to be when this video airs, it's going to be tomorrow, well, November 30th. And this is the Lunar Flashlight spacecraft mission. That's basically a small satellite that's going to be searching ice water on the moon's surface in those permanent dark craters that nobody ever gets to see on the far side of the moon. This is a photo of the little tiny briefcase-sized satellite that's going to be doing it, the actual spacecraft itself. It is a huge conglomeration between NASA's JPL and also their Goddard and Marshall Space Flight Centers, as well as Georgia Tech Research Institute in Atlanta, as well as UCLA here in Los Angeles. So a lot of people are involved in this project. In addition to everybody else that I just mentioned, this spacecraft is also going to be using a new, safer green propellant, and that was developed by the Air Force Research Laboratory. This propellant is supposed to be safer for transport and also for storage than the usual propellant that spacecraft have used in the past. So hopefully it goes really well. I think they've tested this propellant once before and it went pretty well. So they're decided to try it on this small project. Just to give you a little idea from what JPL said about the mission, for Lunar Flashlight, the first mission to use a 4 laser um, reflectometer to look for water ice. And this reflectometer works by using near infrared wavelengths that are readily absorbed by water to identify ice on the surface. Now, should the lasers hit bare rock, like the regolith that's there, the light will reflect back to the spacecraft, signaling that there's a lack of ice. But if the light is absorbed, it would mean that these dark pockets, these dark craters, would indeed contain ice. And the greater the absorption, then there'll be more ice there on the surface. And the reason why NASA is so concerned about finding ice on the moon, which we already know that there's some there, is for future missions that we plan on having a permanent base on the moon. Using that ice, that water, will help with fuel when we want to go using the moon to go to Mars. It's easier if some of the components of rocket fuel are there on the premises versus having to take it all from Earth, which is just a huge logistical, technical issue trying to get that much cargo off of Earth. Now, I have a small little video just to show you sort of what the spacecraft will be doing as it scans with those 4 different lasers. And not necessarily will the ice light up like this in this animation, but it just gives you an idea of if it doesn't hit anything, then the light will shine right back up to it. And then if it does, then we know that there is ice there. And as I said, this mission, the launch attempt is November 30th. And for those who are going to be up very early on the East Coast, launch time is set for 3:39 a.m., which is 12:39 a.m. here Pacific time. So if you're up and you want to watch the launch, it is being launched on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and probably one of the last launches for 2022. So if you have a chance to see it go up in the night sky, then take a walk outside and look to see if you can see it go up. Well, that's all I have for you on this Cosmic Monday quick chat. Just to recap, everything is going really well with the Artemis I mission and the Orion spacecraft, which is coming back on December 11th for splashdown here off the coast of San Diego. And on Wednesday, November 30th, NASA is going to be launching the Lunar Flashlight mission project to search for water ice on the moon. So a lot of stuff happening at NASA and in the space community. The moon is something that we're going to be talking a lot about. A lot of missions are going to be happening as we further our space exploration in our solar system. So, as I said, that's all I have for you right now. I hope you're doing well out there. I'll be back very soon with more videos because we have a lot to talk about. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye.